I'm Rosie.
And I'm Christina.
And welcome to the 8th Valid Vibes podcast.
Where the vibes are valid because they are real and authentic.
So
it's been a while.
It has been forever.
Mm-hmm.
Not much has changed.
That's gross.
Oh, ew.
Yeah. The last time we filmed this was October, but I didn't upload it until like 2 weeks ago. That just shows how much has been going on.
I had a up on and I was tan in the last podcast.
Yeah. No, seriously.
I lost my tan, guys.
Oh my God, that's true. You were wearing a tank top. Yeah.
And I was tan as hell.
Yeah. So it's been a while, but we're back. We're better than ever. After this holiday season, we will be more consistent. I know I said that last time that we were going to be more consistent, but really this time
we are.
And we'll explain why.
Well, yeah, we will explain why. So I guess we'll start off with our valids and invalids of the week.
Oh, first, since I just drank from this, these are from Crafted by Jalen. She made us these drippy green smiley face cups. So thank you so much.
I am obsessed with this cup.
Yeah, it's so cute. So yeah, thank you.
Yes,
Shout out. Go follow her.
They're so cute.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so do you want to start with the valid and invalid?
Sure. I actually never think I start. But what should I start with? The bad?
Do I talk more?
No.
Okay,
I just don't think I start.
But
maybe
oblivious.
I do.
Yeah, you're right. You don't. You start.
Okay, so start with the bad, right? Leave off on the good.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Both of ours go hand in hand, right? With each other? Like our invalids go hand in hand.
How?
Like yours. Like you're invalid.
Oh,
because mine does. So I'm going to say both in the same.
I don't know what yours is.
Well, all right. So it's nothing like crazy, but my invalid is that I've been feeling very off and unmotivated within the last like month or so, which it's this time of the year. We talked about seasonal depression already, but I've been feeling very unmotivated, or again with the thing, I don't know if we talked about this on here or just with each other, that like time to me is so fake, or like I think if I'm doing this podcast at 9 o'clock, I have no time to do anything else. I don't know if we talked about that. It's a whole thing about ADHD, but it's the truth. I feel like I'll be like, I can't do anything, or I have to just prepare for this one thing in my day, and it throws me off because then I don't get anything done. Yeah, the rest of the day,
there's hours that pass by where you can be doing things
and I
you
don't. Yeah.
But I was like that. It's going to be a year already. That is disgusting. When I was like that, and I was like, I'm so stressed, and everyone was like, why are you stressed? There's literally nothing going on. And I was like, I literally couldn't see that in front of me at all. So I get that.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Like there's really not much going on in my life right now, but for some reason I feel like I have everything, whatever,
piling up because you feel like you should be doing more.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. I think.
So, I mean, I've been really unmotivated, like not cleaning my room and not decorating for Christmas was something that I did on November 1st every year, November 1st.
And you get excited to do it. And I know you do.
Yeah. And I love to decorate my room for Christmas because it just makes me feel better. And I just decorated yesterday, which it's December 8th yesterday?
Already. Time is flying, number one, which is crazy to me. And I also feel like the sun's setting early.
Yeah, that's the seasonal depression.
I literally have no motivation to do anything, like to go out or
that's me.
To get ready. Like I want to be comfortable and I want to be in bed, and then you look at the time and it's like it's only 6:30.
Exactly. So that's what's been happening specifically the last few weeks. Then I told Rosie this and she's scared of it, but I did the egg cleanse.
I don't like that
I saw on TikTok. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it because I feel like, I don't know, I felt like someone was putting it on me. I really did. I don't know why. I feel like someone was jealous. It could be of us or anything. So I was like, you know what?
This is voodoo stuff. Like,
but
I don't know.
Not. It's like
yes, it is.
But I don't say nothing.
I'm just saying, like, I just am nervous to even do that because then I'll start overthinking, and then it's like.
But it's basically what you do is like you just put this egg, you like rub it on you or whatever, and then you just say like I am, like you manifest, like you say affirmation. So you say I am good, I am whatever, I am motivated, and then you crack it open, put it in the water.
Oh.
What'd you think?
I don't think you say that stuff.
Say, like, evil, like no,
I don't think you say anything. I just think
you say the opposite of what you're feeling. So you're basically putting it out there.
Oh, it's like a whole thing.
It's like cleansing your aura, basically.
Okay.
So then you see in the cup, and there's like different supposedly, whatever. If it's true or not, who
Meanings,
cares?
like,
But I was like, I'll do anything at this point. So I, cracked it open and there was like strings in it, which means that people are just wishing me bad, which is I feel like everyone has that in their life. So I was like, all right, whatever. And then you're supposed to flush it down the toilet.
But I feel like you've been a lot better after that, which is weird.
Yeah. That was like, what, 2 days ago? Then right after that, I cleaned my entire room. I don't know if it's just like a mental thing, but I physically felt better. Like I think
it's just you saying the affirmations. It's just like a mental thing, I think.
So whatever.
I don't think it's like a magical egg or nothing.
Whatever. To me, it was. So, but like,
it freaking worked.
It worked. Yeah. I decorated my room finally. There's still so much more I have to do, but I still haven't taken out like my winter clothes. Like I just bought new clothes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I still have my bathing suits in my closet. Yeah.
That's really bad.
I know.
You might as well leave them there at this point.
I am. I'm not taking my clothes out. I just keep buying
it's going to be my birthday time. We're going to go back to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, so that's so
obsessed.
Oh, so that's like my valid now. I'm like motivated again, kind of. That's it.
All right.
I don't really know.
So my valid and invalid go hands in hand because of my mindset on it. I got laid off yesterday.
Congrats.
Mid-shift. And this was like at 11 o'clock, right? Whatever they tell me, and like I'm okay with it because me personally, I have 2 businesses and I had 2 jobs, so I was like, I need something to go. Now I'm gonna say something that it's gonna sound so random, it may sound stupid, but I'm gonna say it because this is our podcast and it happened to me and it's random and whatever. So I was on the bus on the way to work that day. It was yesterday. Okay. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, I have 2 jobs. I have 2 businesses. I need to focus. Wait, what was the freaking thing? I need to choose. Yeah, I need to choose my plants that I want to water. Meaning, if I focus on one thing, it will grow. Obviously, this. I want this. Wow.
Here's your leaves.
But I was walking in the city, I had my AirPods in. I'm like, oh, that's a cute saying. I'm thinking like for a shirt or whatever. I look in the building. I'm about to walk in the building. The guy is on the ladder watering the plants. I go.
So weird.
Like that. This was the day that I got laid off, that I went into work. And I was like, yeah, this job got to go. Because I was an administrative assistant. So it's just desk work. And I was literally just there for the money. But it was taking a lot of time away from me than I ever thought it would, because I'd be going into the city early and then coming home late, that when I get home, I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. So I was really happy about it because I was like, now I have more time for this and I have more time to do actually something that I love and not showing up to a job for money. But funny part about yesterday, so I got laid off mid-shift, so around 11 o'clock, right? I'm like, all right, I go to my desk. I tell my coworkers, oh, it's my last day. They're like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to leave. So all of a sudden they say an announcement. All the elevators are shut down.
Oh my God.
So imagine getting laid off and I'm just sitting there. Oh, what? How do I get out of here? How do I leave? I need to leave immediately. I ended up leaving a half hour later. So then the elevators were working and I was like, thank God. But I was so happy, which is so random because this is about our podcast, about mindset. So, I mean, people that get laid off, they're usually just like stressed. They're like, oh my God, what the heck am I going to do now? This and that. Shout out to Alyssa that left her toxic job. She put her 2 weeks in and she's like, you know what? I'm getting out of here and I'm living my life.
That's so nice.
That's what she's doing. So but right now, whatever. So shout out to Alyssa. And I just want to say, though, throughout this week, I know it's already Friday, but, like, me personally, I have this thing where people in my past, like, if they F up once, they're done. I have the ick. I literally can't look at them. I can't think of them or else I get angry or I can't deal with them. I literally don't know how to forgive and I don't believe in second chances. My entire life. But recently this week, I've been thinking of people from my past, or I had a sale on Sunday, so I saw someone, and then he was like, oh, why don't you come around anymore? And then he was good friends with my good friend that was literally like my cousin, and then I was like, you know what, I should just stop being like this, and I should just like go get drinks with her.
I feel like it depends on the person though. Like with who you're talking about, I don't know if you should give her a second chance.
No, not like that, but just not be like, I
don't
really
have to
can't
hold a
see
grudge.
you.
Yeah. Like, be civil.
The
like,
person that I saw was like, she's so depressed. She misses you so much. You know, we're trying to make plans with you, but you don't answer. That's literally me. But like, I'm just saying, I need a little more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hold grudges because I know I would never do someone like that.
Yeah.
So I get really hurt, and I have to stop being like that. I have to forgive more, because this week alone, I was like, I miss them, but you also outgrow people. Like, it's also weird.
Yeah. And also like what they did to you and the way that they treated you. Like, okay, they're depressed now. Why? Because they have no other friends. That's not your fault.
I know.
It's because and you've heard it from other friends. They did the same thing to them. So I don't know. I think it depends on the person.
Exactly. It depends on the situation and the person. But the other people I am thinking of, like, I did outgrow them, but it'd be nice to like see them and like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, okay, I'll talk about it now since we're talking about this. Like, I've been reconnecting with a lot of my old friends.
Yeah.
Shout
like
out.
You guys are friends again. Like, you guys hang out and stuff.
But nothing bad ever happened between us. So that's like a different situation. Like, we never had a fight. We never like whatever. It was just we drifted apart. It wasn't
toxic or anything.
Yeah.
See, me?
I don't know.
My whole past is toxic relationships.
No, those people are just not in my lives anymore, and I won't let them back in.
You outgrew them. Oh, those people.
I have a lot. How many toxic... You know how many freaking toxic friends I've had.
No, I know.
But I would never... That's like me saying I want to talk to a again. I would be out of my mind.
I know.
Like, oh, it's okay. Let me just forget. Like, I tried that. I was, nice to her and sent her a long text when she was depressed. You read it. I got shit for it. I got called fat a month later. Like, it's those people don't grow up.
I know, you're right.
And she'll come crying back to me one day when she doesn't have friends
anymore. Now that you're talking about it, like, they all did such fucked up shit to me. Like, literally? No, like, we could do bleeps in here. This is the Talking Shit podcast.
Fuck you.
We'll do bleeps. They probably don't even watch this. He blocks me on Instagram and everything. Who? Every time he gets a girlfriend. Yeah. Oh. But like, it was never like that. Like, we were just friends, and I know it's like, oh, girls can never just be friends with guys, but
that's not true.
No. We were good friends.
Yeah.
And then he just comes back, like, he unblocks me. He's like, what's going on?
That's the thing.
I'm like, you went MIA for 2 years.
Okay, so with the people that came back in my life, I never had a problem with them. I was never toxic with them. I'm very grateful that they did come back. And there is a saying, like, true friends will always come back, whatever the saying is. But there's somebody else in that mix that I didn't reconnect with. Was honestly really close with her out of everyone, and now that I've seen her out, I'm like, all right, yeah, I outgrew her. Like, she is the same, and
I know.
I don't know. Like, I outgrew her. She didn't grow up, and there's just certain things that
So what we're saying is it's okay to outgrow people.
Yeah.
That's really it. And like, of course, you can miss the memories, and like, you see the pictures, the screenshots, but it'll never be the same. It won't be like that again.
It's hard to like think like that, because even with people that did me wrong, I see their memories obviously come up on Snapchat and shit like that, and it's hard because I'm like, we had so much fun. I was always laughing and everything, and then it's like, I can't believe they did that to me.
I need to say something right now.
Okay.
So, it's actually it's a mental thing, and it's legit. When something bad happens in your past, as you get older, your mind blocks it out. There's things I've blocked out that I completely just moved on about, pushed it down. I pushed like everything down. So I was talking with my friend Alyssa. Shout out to Alyssa again.
These people, we keep shouting them out. We're like, comment.
Yeah.
No comment.
I know. So it's fine. But I grew up with Alyssa. She went to high school with me, and she was always by my side. Like, we were friends with the same people, but Alyssa was always more quiet, and me, I'm the outgoing one. She's the introvert, I'm the extrovert. And I was at a Friendsgiving in high school, senior year, right? I was so excited. I went out of my way. I bought a cake. I was decorating everything with everyone's names on it. And I literally had like blisters on my hand because the freaking icing, there was like nothing left in it. But I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it and I was so excited. I had my mom drop me off to the house, right? And we were also doing Secret Santa. So when it was time for Secret Santa, one of the girls got my name. All the girls ran in the kitchen. Was someone not expecting like to get my name? Like, do you know how Secret Santa works? Like, you each get someone, and then I was like, what's going on? And they were all like this, and I was like, if we're all friends, why is it a problem if someone gets me? I'm yelling, right? And they were like, no, like it's not that or whatever. So I pulled my good friend to the side that I've been friends with through thick and thin for years. Like, I could go through it.
Shit.
She literally lied to my face.
Oh, you told me this story. Did we talk about this?
Yeah.
On
but
here?
I'm saying, no, not on here,
okay.
but I'm
Then
saying I would love to freaking share this because this is just the shit I went through.
Wait, what did she say to you?
She said to me, lying, oh, no, she wasn't upset that she got your name. Something like that. She was trying to switch it with someone else. She was BSing me. Mm-hmm. But then the rest of the night, no one was speaking to me. I didn't have a car. No one was able to pick me up. And I was embarrassed. I'm literally going to cry.
No, don't.
No, I know because I feel bad for myself. I feel bad for my younger self. Oh, wait,
this is our whole thing.
That's why I feel bad for my younger self. I was so excited to be there, and that's what I get, and I meant so good. And like,
so gross. This is
they literally I felt like an ass. I was sitting in this house. They were all talking.
How is that
I'm
real?
there by myself, and
that's like shit you see.
It was a boy-girl group at the time. This is when they all started getting weird with me. I never even like looked at them like that. But these girls were like obsessed with them. Like, okay, fine. But that's not even besides the point. I was embarrassed to tell my mom to pick me up because she just dropped me off just dropped me off, and I felt bad. Mm-hmm. And I sat there and I started crying. I was like, I can't hold it in because even though like I'm sensitive, I always been sensitive, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to hold anything back. Like, if I'm upset, I'm upset. Did I mention it was a Friendsgiving? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting at the table crying.
Yeah.
And they all just watched me cry.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah. But look at me now.
And what are they doing?
But, like, I'm not a crybaby. I'm not
but
like
it's not
that
a crybaby. They were fucking mean. You're allowed to cry if someone's mean to you.
No, I know, but I'm just... I hate that. I hate that, too. To put the icing on the cake. I'm sorry that I keep going. No. So, with these boys that we're talking about, my friend
So, Alyssa was there during this? Or
no. Oh, okay. She was always, like, had her own little friend group at the time. But the same boys that we're talking about... we graduate high school. I'm working at this pizzeria, right? The boys worked at a summer camp. Mm-hmm. They would come in and get lunch. I walk up to them, like I hug them hello. I'm like, oh my God, it's so good seeing you guys. Like whatever. I take their order and I was like, don't worry, sit. Like I'll walk it over to you. I walk it over to them, all this stuff. They get their drinks. They dip. Mm-hmm. They dip. Mm-hmm. They didn't clean the table or anything and they ran out. Like they stole. So I texted the kid. I was like, you guys forgot to pay. And he was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'll Venmo you right now. And he Venmo'd me. Like, I just forgot. We had to run back to work. Yeah. It was just me working behind the counter. But like me and
he Venmo'd you else, like it's your pizzeria.
He Venmo'd me. And I was like, okay. Because when you're a restaurant worker, if someone doesn't pay, it comes out of your paycheck, your tips. So I was like, okay. 2 weeks later, they come back in. And I was like,
make sure you pay.
Yeah. So, whatever. So, like, 3 of the kids paid, and then the other kid came after, and he dipped. So, then I had to pay for the kid. That kid didn't pay again. So, then I had to pay, and then I literally had to text them that they're not allowed in the pizzeria anymore. Going back to what I was saying before about reminiscing, I ran into them at... Were you there? You were there. I was with Alyssa. Right. I ran into them at our local bar.
District?
And I didn't even recognize them. We're all grown up now. And they were like, Rosie? And I was like, oh, wow. Hey. And they were like, I want to apologize. They said. They were like, I am so sorry. Like, I always had this regret or whatever, and like we're so sorry that we stole from the pizzeria and all this shit. I'm like honestly, it's fine. Like, we're grown now. My good friend Alyssa was friends with one of the girls who were friends with the girls in the boy-girl friend group I was in, right? Again, I literally, my brain blocked this all out because it was a toxic time for me, and I just reminisced this week. So this is me elaborating it. Anyway, Alyssa's friend, she said, I thought Rosie was the biggest bitch, this and that. And then when I met her at your graduation party, she was so nice and genuine. She made sure I got home okay and like all this stuff. I got so emotional. But now people see that's not true, and I'm just really happy about that. And like, they don't have to give me anything or like anything like that. But I'm just really happy that like now people see who I really am.
It's true.
So yeah, if you're from my high school and you're watching this.
Anyway, so speaking of all of that is basically what our podcast is going to be about today, is reflecting and basically what we would want to tell our younger self. So you just said basically you felt really bad for your younger self. So what would you say to yourself in that moment? Like, let's say you were able to, as you now, go to that party.
So emotional though, like, oh my god.
Like, stand, like, basically like an out of body thing, and like you were able to say something to yourself.
I'd be like, get out of here. These people aren't worth it. Okay, you're not missing out on anything.
Yeah,
I would say you only have 2 real friends. You will have a better time with them, and you will be more comfortable with them. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Because in high school, we always talk about it. It's always like, oh, I'm going to be left out, you know.
I'm so sick of FOMO. Like, I used to be like that too in high school and in the beginning of college, and now I'm like, I could give a shit less if I go out or not. Like, we talked about that, but...
And I always say too, because during my senior year, I wanted to be involved. Like, I'm the fun one. I want to go out and do things. I look forward to senior year.
But when it's people that are toxic, it's like...
And it broke my heart.
You just went to go have fun, but then you wind up crying.
And also, I would have to, like, finagle my way to get invited to things, because for some reason our grade was very clingy with like groups and stuff. So I would have to like go out of my way to like stress out, oh, this one's having this party, how could I get in there, texting all these people. I said this on the last podcast, I was the chaser. I am so not like that now. Never ask for a seat at someone's table when you can make your own table.
Oh, that's true.
That's all I have to say.
Let's make a shirt that says...
That's it. Never beg for a spot at someone's table. That is just...
That's like, you ever see the TikToks that it's basically that Poco Loco thing?
Yeah.
It's like, I asked, when they say, if you want to come. And it's like...
Oh, yeah. Always, if you want to come.
That bothers me. If you want. Like, no. Say, you want me to come. Like, something like that.
But I think now that I knew how that felt, I'm that person. I want you there. I make sure everyone's included. And that's what I do, because I know how it feels. And that's why we talk about everything you've been through shapes you into the person you are today. And it only brought out the best in me.
Right. That's true.
Like, I'm such a good friend to all my friends.
No, you suck. Just kidding.
Throughout this podcast, I would always be like, oh, I've been through a lot of shit, but I couldn't pinpoint what, but I just knew it was a lot of shit. Could we curse?
We always curse. It's always me cursing.
But
a few of the beginning episodes, I used to bleep it. Now I just leave it.
I know.
It's too much.
But
there's going to be a lot of editing to bleep out names.
I know.
It's okay.
But this week, I reminisced. I went back, and I was like, oh. That's what I went through. And that year was the worst year of my life, because I lost somebody close to me and just everything. And I feel like now is the time of my life where I could say I'm okay and I'm comfortable.
That's good.
Right now in this moment.
That's good.
And I'm really happy to say that.
You know, your story just reminded me of something, because we always say we went through very similar things with like toxic friend groups, and I'll tell a story. They probably will watch this, but whatever. So, I can't tell details of this story, but I'll just say I found out a group of friends that were very close to me had a group chat without me, and basically named it Christina would kill herself if she saw this group chat. So... That's, yeah. And they would send pictures that I posted on Instagram. Meanwhile, okay, this is the picture.
But you know what's so bizarre? Like, we're sitting here telling YouTube this. It sounds so effed up. But it's real.
It's real because I found this out my freshman year of college, and they had this group chat like that summer. And I found out in such a fucking stupid way, like whatever. But this is the picture they sent. Clearly, I have a Snapchat filter on me. You could see the butterflies. But look, I have literally a butterfly.
Yeah, it's
I have a Snapchat filter on. Like, I'm not trying to fucking hide it. They screenshotted this, and I don't know if you remember getting this FIT email, but
I did.
They told you to post it and write hashtag FIT.
Yeah,
so I did it. I was so excited.
I know.
Okay, thank you. They send this, and they're like, why is she holding that folder? She looks so stupid, blah, 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 blah. She obviously edited her face. Like, clearly I have a Snapchat filter on. But anyway, sent that, and then said, what should we name this group chat? And then one of them said, Christina would kill herself if she saw this group chat. So, and I literally, one of the people literally showed me without realizing. How crazy is that?
That is really bad.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I came home hysterical crying to my mom. And my mom will never forget it. Like, my mom, moms hold grudges. I could tell my mom something that happened to me in kindergarten. She will never look at you the same. It's something that bothers her so much. I don't know what, I mean, that was like recent, so that's not like my younger self.
Yeah, and also, literally up until this year, I realized my worth and how good of a person I am and how good of a friend I am, that I cut off someone that's very, very close to me. Like, she is still like a cousin and all this stuff, and obviously I miss her, but I always put respect over feelings. That is something about me that I always did, and it's not easy. It hurts so much because you miss them, but it's respect over feelings. So I would always put her in this group first when I was at the bottom of their list, to the point where I was not invited to a majority of the stuff, but they were always first on my list. And it took a lot of courage to be like, okay, I need to let go, I'm gonna be alone for a bit, but I deserve better than this. And now I am so grateful for my 4 friends. My dad always said you would have
an extra finger. I heard that.
You could count your real friends on your finger you could count your real friends on one hand with fingers to spare.
Yeah, that's so true.
And it's true, and it's okay, because that's normal.
I mean, I don't even know.
No,
that's been telling that,
too.
because I forget that, like you said, like I blocked that out, and now like rethinking it, that's fucked up.
The mind blocks out negative stuff. There's things that you forgot that... Because you buried it down, and your brain wanted to forget about it because it hurt so much. That's a real thing. Wait, let's come up with Nate, what's the term for that? Dissociative amnesia occurs when a person blocks out certain events, often associated with stress or trauma, leaving the person unable to remember important personal information. That's so true. That's what this podcast is about. Yeah. Because I have that, and this week I was like, holy shit, that happened to me. So dissociative, I don't want to say it wrong.
Dissociative amnesia. So something I would tell my younger self is to not people please, because I'm not a people pleaser. Like, I'm not trying to make people like, no, I'm talking about now. Like, I'm not trying to make people like me. I don't think I actually really ever did. I didn't change myself around people. I always noticed that about myself. But I would say, like, there's certain things, I always go back to dance, but like dance was my whole life. So.
Dance is so toxic. We always say that.
Yeah.
That's why.
Like I would, feel, I don't know where to go with this. Like, not FOMO again. Like, I don't want to talk about FOMO again. But not to care as much about what people think.
That's why you care a lot about what other people think or how they feel.
Always. I will like, it will bother me so bad. Like, I need to.
You need to know always. You need to know. You're not okay with not knowing.
I need to know.
You need to know what that person's thinking of you, how they feel.
Yeah. But maybe I'm still thinking like that, so.
You are. 100%.
Okay, then let me go to my
That's why you're always anxious.
Yeah.
See, these are therapy sessions. Like, we don't need to pay for therapy. This is free therapy over here.
Something also, I wrote this, that I would tell myself even today, but okay. I would tell myself, my younger self this, but I would still be able to tell myself this today. Everything will work out, okay? Think about when you're young, okay, you have a test, and you're, like, stressing, oh my God, how am I going to pass? Like, you're going to pass the test, and if you don't, it's fine. Like, you'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, I used to stress or whatever. Or with dance, like, oh, how am I going to do my solo? I'm freaking out. I'm going to mess up. And then I would come off stage and be so hard on myself because I was worried about what my teachers would think or what the dance girls are saying or blah, blah, blah. Like, who cares? Like, everything's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I always pictured things when I was younger as, like, this will, this will be the end of, like, it's a huge deal. I still think that. I think sometimes.
I was thinking about this the other day.
Like, obviously, again, we want Valid Vibes to blow up. So I'm like, when is that going to happen? Or whatever. Like, I get very anxious about it. Like, it will happen. That's all. Like, I have to just, everything will work out.
I do that too. It's when you start to overthink. It's when you look at the bigger picture. Oh, how is this going to happen? How am I going to get here? I have to do this. You need to take it day by day or else you will lose your mind. I'm talking about being 22 and, like, not knowing what could happen tomorrow, that kind of thing. Not like, oh, I'm in school for this. No, like, you have to take it day by day, project by project, thought by thought, like, everything. Don't think about tomorrow. Just let it happen. Mm-hmm. Or else you'll drive yourself crazy. But I was thinking about that, too. Like, when I was younger, I was, like, so stressed and everything was such a big deal.
Everything's such a big deal.
Okay.
Exactly. So that's what I would tell. If I could go back, I would tell myself, you know, everything. It sounds, we were going to make a TikTok about this. Like, oh, you make me crazy. But it's true. Everything will work out the way that it's supposed to. It might not work out in your favor, but it's for a reason. It will work out at the, I like the quote, everything will work out in the end if it's, or everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end.
I like that.
I like that quote.
Another thing too, like, this sounds stupid, but in school when I was younger, I was a chatterbox. I wouldn't stop talking to the point where my teachers, like, were like, oh, we're talking to your parents at dismissal.
I was never that person.
And then there was, really?
I was so quiet in class. I was like the weird quiet girl in class.
Because they have you in a classroom for 7 hours.
They have you in
the
jail.
same seat. And then the bell rings. Oh, actually, math is over.
No,
we're going to do social
the bell
studies.
doesn't dismiss you. I do.
Yeah, and you're sitting there. And then you literally, it's the same teacher. This is elementary school. I couldn't handle it. It's the same teacher. It's like 45 minutes math, 45 minutes social studies. I'm like, could I get up? When is lunch? I need to leave immediately. I would like to talk to my friend. Like, I can't be here. Mm-hmm. But that's just how I was. You know, I was a little chatterbox. But there was one day, this is going to make me maybe a little emotional. My grandparents were picking me up from school, and I got in trouble. The teacher was like, oh, we're going to talk to your grandparents at dismissal because you're talking too much. And I was like, so upset. I was like, all right, fine. So the teacher went out of her way to talk to my grandma saying, like, oh, I talk too much. But, like, then you think about that, too, like, a grown-ass woman is going to tell my grandma I talk too much. Like, my grandma's going to be like, okay, I'll talk to her about it.
Yeah, don't talk. Like, shut up. Like.
So then afterwards, I'm really going to cry. Bye. All right, but anyway. They took me out for ice cream after. And they were like.
Because it's so. How old were you?
I was in elementary school.
Yeah, so like, fucking who cares?
But to me, it was the biggest deal ever. Like, you're stressing out a 7-year-old kid. You're like, oh, I'm going to get in trouble.
No, I'm saying, like, teacher, like, shut up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are these teachers such assholes? Yeah. They gave me the worst anxiety. But my grandparents took me out to ice cream. And and I was like, why are we getting ice cream? And they were like, you know what, Ro? When you go to school tomorrow, we're going to give you flowers to give your teacher. And she's going to feel really bad because you kill them with kindness.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Did you actually give her flowers?
No, I said, fuck this bitch.
You're like, no.
I know, but the teacher actually literally got fired, like, after. Because she was so toxic. Like, this girl in my class, we were, like, 8 years old. She was balding from stress. What if she's watching this? I swear to God. She had to go to the doctor because this kid is like... She's like, my kid is balding. She's only 8 years old.
No,
what is it?
Okay, we're laughing.
So they fired her.
We're laughing about this, but also, like, It's the kids that have the most stress. Why?
Because it's the environment that they grow up in. Like literally teachers. That's what we just talked about. Teachers. Why aren't they more like?
I mean, some teachers.
But I feel like that's also why kids, like, there's like the punks in school, they don't pay attention, this and that, because they don't want to deal with like their asshole teachers. Yeah, because they're fucking Karens. I don't want to be here either.
That's true. That's true. I actually...
Make it more enjoyable.
I was just talking about this with my mom. The only teacher that I've honestly, like, ever... he is the best teacher. I don't know if he'll ever watch this. Probably not. Maybe. Salisky. He is the best teacher I've ever had in my life. Like, he always wanted to help us.
It's so funny because my advertising teacher was the best teacher I ever had.
Yeah, it's like those elective teachers that actually are teaching you something that you should know.
And you enjoy the class.
Yeah. But Salisky, he was...
That's true.
Oh, like, even if I came in and I was upset or something like, oh my God, he would know, like, something was up with me. Like, he is the only person that realized that there was something wrong. Because I never opened up to anybody about what was going on.
Yeah, I know.
And he is the only one that knew, like, what's up. Like, he would sit down with me, and I wouldn't tell him details, obviously, because, like, it's my teacher. But, like, I'd be like, I'm just having, like, a shitty day. And he's like, yeah, I could tell. He's like, you're not your normal self. Like, he's the only one. And every other teacher could give a shit less. I don't care.
They don't care. They literally
hate even,
kids.
Like, my friends.
A majority of them hate kids. Then why are you a teacher? If you hate kids, why are you working with kids? You're traumatizing them. You're making them not want to be there. You're making them feel useless. Like,
yeah.
I love kids. Like, when I'm with a kid, I go to their level. I talk to them.
I wanted to be a teacher so bad.
I know.
If I didn't get into FIT, I would have been a teacher. And I still think about it to this day.
I really think so. At this rate, I think masters 100%.
Yeah, right? No, I think about that. Because even, I mean, I went to Madison and Riley's fair the other day. And going back into the school, every time I go back into that school to drop them off, whatever, I'm like, I want to be here. I want to stay here. I want to teach kids.
I know,
like,
you'd be good at
I always wanted to. And it's always something that I could go back to, but if Cosmetics World doesn't work out, then I might just
I know, but listen.
Get out at 3 o'clock, summer's off, holidays off, like, live life.
I know. And you're changing, like, you're making kids
Yeah, I want to be
people.
that. Like, Salisky, I will never forget him. I will never, ever forget him. He still keeps in touch. I just saw him yesterday. Like, he is still an amazing person, not only a teacher, and I would want someone to be like that.
No, 100%.
But anyway, so what else would you tell your younger self?
Okay, this is gonna be really sad. But
You're very emotional today.
Me?
Yeah, we're opposite today. You've said I'm gonna cry. I'm very emotional, and this is really sad.
You. Okay, so I don't remember myself before the world got to me. That's, like, really intense, but I'm just saying, like, when I was really young,
fucking true.
When I was really young, I remember just always loving paint. I would paint, I would do art classes. I remember being really good at that stuff. And then I remember always, like, talking and being myself. And then as I got older, I got more quiet.
Yeah.
Like, that's so sad.
It is. It's true, though.
Like, what I would say is be your own person. Don't people please.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Because I want to still be who I was back then. Even though I was literally like a baby, like I was a child. I want to, because that's who I really was before the world got to me. And I want to know, like, what I would still be like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is really intense.
I have something. It's sad. It's not sad, but I would tell my younger self to enjoy the time that you have with certain family members, because when you're younger, you think that they last forever. And I even, like, I'm not gonna cry, but, like, I try to tell my cousins this, like Madison and Riley with my grandpa, but I try to, like, tell them that because they don't understand. They don't know that. Thank God.
I regret being on my phone.
Yeah, we talked about this, like,
with my grandparents. Yeah. I was so obsessed with just, like,
friends, being cool, being whatever. Like,
we talked about that. Teenagers, and
not even as a teenager. I would tell myself then, like, what are you doing? But I feel like even when I was younger, when I was a teenager, I was very close to my grandma. And my grandfather, obviously, but specifically my grandma, like, in middle school and high school, I would talk to her every night. We would always Skype. We would read together.
Oh my God, that's cute.
Yeah, every night, like always. But when I was younger, my grandma now, I was like, I never really talked around her. I remember, I will never forget her saying like, that she said the cat bit my tongue. You know that saying? Like when she said that to me when I was very young, like, oh, what did the cat bite your tongue? Like, you don't want to talk to me? And like to this day, I still feel so bad now, like knowing that like I don't know how much longer I have with her, and like knowing that she thought I didn't want to talk to her when I was young.
Yeah, that was like my great grandma too.
So that's why I try to spend as much time as I can with her now, to like show her like that I was young.
Kids don't know that though.
I know, that's why I wish I could tell myself to talk to her. Like, you don't know, like, you know, even I could still tell myself that today. Like when I get mad at my parents, I'm like, stop. Like, you don't know. I was thinking
of this too, like with my younger self, because then it also comes with like raising kids, and it's like, I know like we're way too young to even think of that, but I was like, do I want my kid to go through what I went through? Because I come from a very hardworking family, so when I graduated high school, I was working already at pizzerias and stuff like that, trying to find a job and things like that, and it wasn't worth it. That's all I have to say. You want to
enjoy your
my time. And I'm just saying, the stress I went through, how I felt so bad to take off, how I was always on work on time, and all the stuff, doing everything right. For what? Because
that's another thing with dance too.
They lay you off, or they'll replace you the next day. They literally could care less about you.
Because with dance too, we could not miss a practice. Like if I missed a practice, it was the end of the fucking world.
Same with basketball.
Like for what? And what did that get us? Like I literally always had to be there. I was making sure, like, no, Mom, I can't miss dance. If I was sick, I would go. Like for what? What did that get me?
Wait,
these people don't talk to me anymore.
To wrap it up, my senior year, I didn't play. I was on the bench.
The people that we put not even the people, the things that we put our whole energy in that is supposed to be our entire lives. Like looking back now, it's like, what was the reason? But
I also like going back to practice. I was benched senior year. So, but I refused to miss a practice. I refused to miss a game. I would always cheer these girls on. I was always there for them. Why? Why didn't I quit?
I know. I think about that too.
Because in my head, it's like, you can't quit. Yeah. Are you crazy?
It's your entire life too. Yeah. Like I think about it, my junior year of high school. It's a big
deal if you don't show up to practice. But why was it? And I really think I'm going to be less hard on my kids for that. And people may be like, oh no, like you can't teach them to quit, this and that. It's not quitting. It's like, it's okay. That's it. Like if it's really toxic for you and there's really no reason, because I was benched. It's like, why would I even go?
Yeah, I was talking about that with my mom and my dad. My dad, he would see me come home from dance hysterical crying, and he used to say when that happened, like, what am I paying for you to come home hysterical crying? I can't leave. Like, I love dance. I loved to dance. I didn't want to leave, but I would come home hysterical crying, like all the time. Everyone came home crying. Like, for what? And then my junior year is when it got really bad, where, like, I was so done. But I'm like, I have one more year left. I'm going to stay. To wrap it up, I have a question. What would you tell your future self now?
You better be fucking rich.
No, because maybe, like, in a couple weeks, we could watch this back and be like, oh, wow. Or in like a year.
No, I know.
Like, what would you tell your future self?
I picture my older self, my future self, to be educated, paid well. And I'm just I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but what would you, okay, you don't have to picture yourself, because obviously nobody knows what.
But this is what fucking scares me. I don't know, because everything got thrown off this week, basically. My whole life just changed this week. No, because I want to be a successful entrepreneur and stuff like that. And obviously after the meeting today, like teaching young kids, like I could see us doing that. So I want to do that. Because, okay, I want stability.
You always say that. You never think you're stable.
I'm literally not. I'm always on the go.
For the 2 years that I've known you, you always said you want stability. Always.
For 2 years.
But you never think but you are, like, this is stable. It's not huge yet, but we're getting there. This is something stable that's not going, I'm not going anywhere, so you can't get rid of me. Like, this is it.
No, I know. This is going to create stability because this is who I want to be. Obviously, when I got laid off, I was happy about it because I realized I didn't want to be there. I don't want a 9 to 5. I don't want to be like everyone else. And we talked about this too. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. And we went to school for marketing. We're both very similar. And we're entrepreneurs. And I could see this blowing up in a good way because we're also spreading positivity and we're also promoting young entrepreneurs as well. So I want to be able to teach my creativity and my marketing knowledge to people like me growing up or things like that. And I really think that I could see myself doing that, even if I'm a teacher, or hopefully this will pay us enough that, we could put our all into this. But now we can, since you're working remote, and my job is like basically remote and I have a lot of freedom with it.
Definitely.
But yeah.
We'll make it. But I would basically tell myself the same thing. And I would hope my future self is happy, motivated, rich, famous, rich, but also helping the world. Okay. Getting the money back that you deserve. But, I hope that you get what you deserve in a good way, because I've been working my ass off since I was 14. I've been working. And yeah, so I hope that. And I hope that you're happy.
I know.
And changing the world again.
I'm going to cry right now.
Shut up. What are you talking about? Wait, why are you going to cry?
Why am I the emotional one?
Why are you crying?
I don't know.
We're switch
and I'm
right
not
now.
getting my period or anything.
We're switch right now.
We needed each other for this. I'm going to cry. I'm crying. What is wrong with me?
We go. Say what
That's another highlight.
What are you saying?
No, because as we're sitting here talking about our future selves, like, I'm just saying, because we're both very similar, but I needed you for this.
So did I. I told you that.
Same thing. This was a really good podcast. I really enjoyed it because this is something that I couldn't wait for this week's podcast. I kept telling Christina that because
it's been 2 months.
That's crazy. This week alone, I was just reminiscing and just a lot of things happened to me, and I feel okay about it, and I feel a lot better that I let everything out.
It's true.
And I thought about my past, and I was like, wow, like, I've been through that. I deserve so much. You have to know your self-worth and know that you deserve, because people don't have my mindset, and this is why we're here, trying to teach people, have a good mindset, know you are deserving. If you have good intentions, you are worth having good friends.
Yeah, because we wish that we had somebody to tell us that when we were younger. So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please reach out or comment, share your input. If you guys have any ideas for future episodes, we would love to hear it. A lot of people do reach out, and we appreciate it. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to stay valid.